Hello and welcome to K News. This is Hardik Trivedi. Let's have a look on what is happening in India and in the world. Deep flood waters and the risk of more mudslides that left about 20 people confirmed or presumed dead hampered search and rescue operations on Sunday in southern Japan, including at elderly home facilities where more than a dozen perished and scores are still stranded. Rescue helicopters plucked more people from their homes in the Kumotomo region. Up to 10,000 defense troops, the Coast Guard and the fire brigades are taking part in the operation. Large areas along the Kuma River were swallowed by the floodwaters with many houses, buildings and vehicles submerged almost up to their roofs. Mudslides smashed into houses, sending people atop a rooftop waving at rescuers. At a flooded elderly care home in Kuma village, 14 residents were presumed dead after rescuers reached them on Saturday, officials said. The rescue continued Sunday for dozens of other residents and caregivers who were still at the Riverside Care Facility St. June, where about 60 people were trapped when floodwaters and mud gushed into the facility, officials said. Heavy rains continued to lash Mumbai, Thane and other parts of Konkan, Maharashtra for the third consecutive day and caused water lodging in some low-lying areas of the metropolis. The IMD has forecast intermittent rains in the city and suburbs with possibilities of heavy falls at isolated places in the next 24 hours. Heavy rainfall in some low-lying areas of the city, including Hindmata in central Mumbai and Chembur in eastern suburbs. The Kolaba Observatory in South Mumbai recorded 129.6 mm rain in the past 24 hours, ending 8:30 am on Sunday, while the Santa Cruz weather station in western suburbs recorded 200.8 mm rain during the same period, IMD said. The neighboring Thane district and some other areas in Konkan region, including Sindhudurg, also received very heavy rains. Some parts of Vidarbha received moderate rain, the IMD said, adding that thunderstorm with lightning is likely to isolated places in the region. On Saturday, water lodging and traffic jams were reported from some areas in Mumbai, and there were 19 complaints of tree and branch falling, the BMC earlier said. The Maharashtra Home Department on Sunday revoked its 3-day-old order for the transfer of 10 deputy commissioners of police in Mumbai and asked them to continue with their current postings, an official said. The order for the transfer of 10 DCPs of the Mumbai police had been issued on Thursday, but as per the new order issued on Sunday, the transfer of the DCPs were cancelled and they were asked to continue with their current postings, the official said. As per the fresh order, DCP Operation Pranay Ashok has been given the additional charge of Zone 5 in central Mumbai after it fell vacant following DCP Niyati Thakur's joining of the Intelligence Bureau as Joint Deputy Director. DCP Anambika was also given additional charge of Zone 3 after DCP Avinash Kumar was sent on central deputation, the official said. The order issued today has been signed out by Joint Commissioner of Police Administration Naval Bajaj, the official added. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday called on President Ramnath Kovind and the two leaders discussed issues of national and international importance, Rashtrapati Bhavan officials said. The meeting comes after the Prime Minister had visited Leh earlier this week and addressed soldiers following the June 15 clashes in the higher reaches of that region with Chinese troops, in which 20 army personnel sacrificed their lives for the nation. After the meeting, the Rashtrapati Bhavan tweeted, Prime Minister Narendra Modi called on President Kovind and briefed him on the issue of national and international importance. The South Delhi Municipal Corporation SMDC on Saturday said it has slapped notices to authorities of 30 more schools, residential group housing societies and institutions to submit structural audit report to check their seismic stability. The move comes a day after Delhi was hit by a tremor of moderate intensity. The building owners are responding to the notices, and 6 of them have already started the process of engaging structural consultants and consulting engineers of the SDMC. So far, the SDMC has identified 103 such buildings and issued notices to them, the statement said. In addition to this, the SDMC has been conducting a survey to identify high-rise buildings and structures under its jurisdiction to examine their seismic stability and urging RWAs and housing societies to approach it for proper consultation and advice. The SDMC has also identified 27 municipal buildings for structural audit and has started engaging structural consultants to retrofitting work. Prior to this, the East Delhi Municipal Corporation had said on June 20 that the authorities of 22 schools and 44 residential group housing societies had been issued notices to submit structural audit reports. Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh along with Home Minister Shri Amit Shah and Minister of Health and Family Welfare Shri Harshvardhan visited 1000 bedded with 250 beds Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel COVID hospital today. The facility was built in a record time of 12 days by Defence Research and Development Organization along with Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the Armed Forces, Tata Sons and other industry players. Raksha Mantri was also accompanied by Delhi Chief Minister Shri Arvind Kejriwal and Minister of State for Home Shri G. Kishan Reddy. Shri Rajnath Singh expressed satisfaction after visiting the hospital. He appreciated the efforts of stakeholders in building this facility in such a short span of time. The national capital is currently experiencing a surge in number of COVID-19 infections, with an increasing number of patients requiring medical care. An urgent need to augment the existing hospital beds of Delhi for COVID-19 patients was discussed between MHA and MOD on modalities of deploying a 1000-bed hospital in span of less than 14 days. The DRDO was asked to establish the hospital. The COVID-19 patients referred by the district administration will admitted and treated free of cost at this facility. Critical cases will be referred to All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi. None of the 11 COVID-19 vaccine candidates currently in human clinical trials worldwide, including India-made Covaxin and Zycov-D, are likely to be ready for mass use before 2021, the Ministry of Science and Technology said Sunday afternoon. The ministry's statement comes amid a row over a letter by the ICMR setting August 15 Independence Day as the target for developing and releasing a viable novel coronavirus vaccine. Medical experts and opposition parties have claimed the date was set to help Prime Minister Narendra Modi score political points ahead of crucial elections in Bihar later this year. They have also warned that rushing drugs through clinical trials could pose serious health risk for the public. 6 Indian companies are working on COVID-19 vaccine, along with 2 Indian vaccine, Covaxin and Zycov-D. World over 11 out of 114 vaccine candidates are in human trials. None of these are likely to be ready for mass use before 2021, the ministry said. The ministry also said manufacturers of the 2 leading candidates, AZD1222 British firm AstraZeneca and mRNA 1273 US-based Moderna, has signed production agreements with Indian companies should their vaccine prove safe and effective. Both have been approved for phase 2 and 3 trials. Typically, the first 2 phases of drug trials test for safety, while the third tests the medicine's efficacy. Each phase can take months or even years to be completed. Although drug trials are often fast-tracked, completion of all 3 phases and roll out to the public within the timeline given by the ICMR would be unprecedented. Workers at Bajaj Auto, India's biggest exporter of motorbikes, are demanding the temporary closure of one of its plants after 250 employees there tested positive for the coronavirus. Its union said on Saturday as companies struggled to ramp up operations. India went into complete lockdown in late March to curb the spread of the virus, but it has recently eased restrictions despite the number of cases surging, putting some companies in a difficult position as they try to revive production. The Bajaj Auto factory affected is location in western Maharashtra, the state with the highest number of COVID-19 cases. The company said on June 26 that 140 of the roughly 8,000 staff at the factory had caught the virus and 2 had died. It said work there would not be stopped as the company wanted to learn to live with the virus. And in a letter to employees this week, it said those who did not show up for work would not be paid. An official in Aurangabad district overseeing the Waluj area where the plant is located said the number of cases have now gone up to more than 250. Bajaj Auto did not respond to Reuters' request for comment. It's time for a short break. We'll join you in a short while.
Tick tock, tick, all day long. Can't stop, gotta rock. AM to PM, each and every moment. I'm pushy, I'm getting on. Can't stop, gotta rock. Tick tock, tick, all day long. Can't stop, gotta rock. Oh, don't be smile, life full of style. That's the way you rock. Tick tock, tick, happy and light. Tick tock, tick, morning hoya night. Tick tock, tick, can't stop, gotta rock.
Live the Ken lifestyle with Ken Star.
Welcome back to K News and thank you for watching. Let's continue the streak of news. Uttar Pradesh gangster Vikas Dubey, principal accused in the cold-blooded murder of 8 cops, was tipped off to a raid on his compound by someone from the local police station. Dayashankar Agnihotri, an alleged accomplice, told cops on Sunday. In addition, data recovered from Vikas Dubey's mobile phone listed the name of 20 police officers. There was evidence of constant contact with at least 2 cops, including one from the Chaubepur police station. The village of Bikru, where the encounter took place, lies in its jurisdiction. Vikas Dubey received a phone call from the police station before police came to arrest him. Following this, he called around 25 to 30 people and fired bullets on police. Agnihotri told cops who was arrested earlier today after a gunfight in Kalyanpur area. Vinay Tiwari, the ranking officer at the Chaubepur police station, has been suspended and is being interrogated. At the time of encounter, he fled the encounter site. Had he faced the criminals, situation could have been different. Mohit Agrawal, Inspector General Kanpur Range, told the media. The information has raised worrying questions over spies within the police helping criminals like Vikas Dubey. Kanpur Police Chief Mohit Agrawal has issued a strong warning to all police officers, telling that strict action will be taken against guilty cops of helping criminals. Wanted posters have also been put up at checkposts along the India-Nepal border. Vikas Dubey's criminal record began in 1990 with a case of murder. In 2001, he was charged with the murder of Santosh Shukla, a Kanpur BJP leader who was chased and shot dead inside a police station. Dubey surrendered in 2002 but was acquitted. It is suspected Dubey has fled to either Madhya Pradesh or Rajasthan. UP police has contacted both states. Over 25 police teams have been formed to capture Vikas Dubey and over 100 locations have been searched in the past 48 hours. Petrol and diesel prices remained unchanged in the meters on Sunday, a 6th consecutive day of no change following 3 weeks of daily hikes. Diesel continued to remain marginally costlier in Delhi compared to petrol. State-run oil marketing companies raised the prices of petrol and diesel while are determined broadly by global crude oil prices and the rupee-dollar foreign exchange rate. On most days starting June 7 following a 12-week pause as global oil rates retraced some of losses from sharp losses recently. Currently, the prices of petrol is rupees 80.43 per litre in Delhi and rupees 87.19 per litre in Mumbai. The rates of diesel are at rupees 80.53 per litre and rupees 78.83 per litre in the metros respectively. On Thursday, Brent crude futures, the global benchmark for crude oil, gained nearly 3% to US dollar 43.14 per barrel compared to the 21-year low of US dollar 15.98 recorded in April. International crude oil prices have regained some grounds from March lows as the easing of restrictions on transport and industrial activity around the globe boosted fuel demand. The Customs and Preventive Department on Sunday seized at least 30 kilograms of gold from an air cargo consignment bound for the UAE consulate in Thiruvananthapuram. Customs officials said it was the biggest seizure in the recent past. The two from diplomatic baggage meant for employees of the Consulate General's office. The raid was carried out after Customs obtained permission from the Ministry of External Affairs. Since most consignments to diplomatic missions enjoy immunity under the Vienna Convention, Sumit Kumar, Customs Commissioner in charge of Kerala and Lakshadweep region, said we had definite intelligence about this. A search is going on and the quantity may go up. We have detained one person and are on to look out for two more. The consignment came through a chartered flight. Customs suspect that the smuggling syndicate were using some of the lower level employees to make use of immunity to smuggle gold. Usually such consignments pass without any check. The gold was hidden inside some household equipment to avoid detection, and it will be worth several crore rupees. The commissioner said exact details will be revealed after checking some more baggages, and the quantity of gold may go up. He said this will be the largest seizure in the recent past. Chief Minister and Janata Dal United National President Nitish Kumar will launch party's election campaign on August 7, ahead of the General Assembly elections scheduled for later this year in November. Through a virtual rally that aims to reach out not less than 10 lakh people through various social media platforms. Nitish rally is in line with the trend of virtual rallies kick-started by the BJP leader Amit Shah last month in wake of the COVID-19 situation, and will be the first big political event by the head of the NDA ally JDU, during which Kumar is likely to spell out his development initiatives and urge people to ensure the return of the alliance to power for another term. Ahead of the Nitish's first virtual poll campaign rally, the party has constituted 4 teams. The teams are headed by senior JDU leaders RCP Singh, Rajiv Ranjan Singh, Elias Lallan Singh, State President Vasisht Narayan Singh, and State Energy Minister Brijendra Prasad Yadav. The team will hold virtual meetings in all the 243 assembly segments from July 18 to July 31. That aims to set up the platform for kick-starting party's campaign. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has ordered senior officials to oversee relief work at Bakhwara village in Modinagar town in Ghaziabad, where a major fire at a candle making factory killed 7 people on Sunday evening. He has also asked for an official report by Sunday night. 7 persons, including women, have died and 3 persons were severely injured in the fire incident. According to locals, about 20 to 25 persons were working when the fire broke out. The identification of the 7 persons is being done. We are also trying to find the owner of the factory, said Neeraj Kumar Jadon, Superintendent of Police. Following the incident, the fire department officials rushed to the spot. They were assisted in their relief and rescue operations by the villagers. There were no safety measures in place and factory did not have a license to operate. It was running illegally. Many women were employed as workers along with children. There was a raid at the factory some time ago, but it continued operations. The local police had information of the operation of the factory, said a villager. According to cops, the factory was involved in the manufacturing of candles used for birthday celebrations. The cops are also trying to find out if any chemicals were stored in the factory while attempting to establish the exact cause of fire. The fate of Islamabad's first Hindu temple seems to hang in the balance after its boundary wall was vandalized by a group of fundamentalists over the weekend and the Capital Development Authority ordered stoppage of the construction. The video of the temple being attacked went viral on Twitter and garnered a lot of criticism from people across the country. Prime Minister Imran Khan, who had earlier approved its construction and allocated money for it, has now asked that the matter of its construction with government funds be referred to the Council of Islamic Ideology, a government-approved body that advises on religious matters. Over the weekend, Islamabad's Capital Development Authority also stopped the construction of the boundary wall on the plot allotted to the temple. A team of the authority's building control department visited the temple site and instructed workers to stop working on the boundary wall. According to CDA spokesperson Mazhar Hussain, the action was taken because the building plan had not been submitted to the authority. Any construction taking place in Islamabad, residential or commercial, requires a building plan to be approved. Following this, Islamabad's Hindu Panchayat has halted the construction and decided to visit the CDA office on Monday to discuss the matter. We had already submitted an application addressed to the authority regarding the boundary wall construction on June 19, but got no response for them. Hindu Panchayat President Pritam Das told local media. In a newly acquired daily ritual, students in Haryana's Jamri village open their textbooks at the site of the cart that arrives near their homes, filling the vacuum left by closure of the schools due to the lockdown and lack of digital infrastructure such as feeble internet connectivity. To maintain social distancing, the students take notes from their homes as a teacher imparts lessons using the loudspeaker attached to the cart. The innovative way to ensure that students catch up with the syllabus they have missed since classes were suspended has been initiated by the Satyanarayan Sharma, who runs a school in the village in the state's Jhajjar district. The bigger issue is not the effect on students' learning levels, but that they should not drop out, Sharma told. I have arranged for a loudspeaker system on a cart. The teachers are asked to turn-wise go with the cart and park it as a feasible location and impart lessons from there. It cannot match up a classroom learning, but will ensure some learning. This strange new way of educating school students is not uncommon in the country's rural parts. The lockdown induced by the COVID-19 in March prompted schools and colleges to move the virtual world for teaching and learning activities. But weak internet penetration has turned e-education into a distant dream for many children in the rural areas. Experts say the digital divide in the country may turn online classes into an operational nightmare. That's all for now. Keep watching K News. This is Hardik Trivedi taking your leave. Be alert, be positive, be safe.